Yo, sweetness.
Yeah.
You know what? I think we should take them to the basement level again.
Do you really think they're ready?
Heart culture.
HARTsmart in the city.
Heart culture.
Heart
culture.
Now, get HARTsmart in the city.
This time it's the real thing. This time it's the sweetest thing. The real thing.
Okay, so heart culture community, I promised that I would bring you some interesting personalities and some fantastic golden icons here today when we're talking about arts and cultural engagement. So I'm here today with Miss Julie Coker, who is the third winning champion for Miss Nigeria. Now, this has a legacy behind it, and so could you let us into a bit about the legacy of the Miss Nigeria pageant?
Well, you're talking about something that happened in the last millennium now, and we really have to cast our minds back so many years. 1967 it was. Beg your pardon, you see? 57!
1957, so, you know,
yes.
it's over. We're spanning here about 5 decades.
That's 5 decades.
Essentially.
And it
can
really
you-
has been quite an experience over
Yes.
all these years, because there have been other people, you know, along the line who came up, but I don't know how it has happened that I almost the face of Miss Nigeria. Nobody remembers all the other people. I have to keep reminding them.
Okay.
So maybe that's the assignment that I have been given by God, or by, well, I don't know, by
is-
our forefathers.
Yes.
Because otherwise everything would have gone down, and people would have forgotten all about who was Miss Nigeria or who wasn't. But I was privileged that because I had been taking part in all these beauty contests, I came into broadcasting.
Yes.
And that was one of my credentials. So you're talking about legacies now. So maybe that is part of the legacy of whoever thought about, you know, having the Miss Nigeria contest, even at the time that people didn't want anyone to be taking part in such contests. People will almost start, you know, throwing things at you on the streets if you took part in such competitions, you know.
And
you are
is that in
labeled
Nigeria or is that in London?
in Nigeria, of
In
course,
Nigeria.
you know.
Okay. So can you remember, could you
But I
take
think
us
the Daily
back?
Times of Nigeria stood their grounds and they tried to glamorize the whole
Okay.
affair. And that was, you know, what actually prompted a lot of us to either go into journalism or the media,
Into
and so
various
many
other
other
sectors.
various other sectors of the media.
So how was your winning the title of Miss Nigeria? You know, how has that impacted your life? How was that changed? Well, how has it influenced your journey?
Of course, that meant that I didn't have to go for an audition when it was time to start television in Nigeria.
Wonderful.
Television was started by the Western Nigeria government at that time.
Yes.
Chief Obafemi Awolowo,
Yes.
who was a visionary at the time, and Chief
Yeah.
Tony Enahoro. They looked around the whole world. Television had been started in America, and then it came to Britain, and then Australia, and Germany. I think Germany was number 2. But you would never believe that the first television in Africa was in Nigeria, and that was the 5th station anywhere in the whole world. Even France didn't have television at the time. So, you know, one has actually taken it as a kind of responsibility, you know.
So it's a nice mixture, really, you know, of obviously, as you said, the invention of television.
Yes.
And then we're talking about visuals here. So, you know, we're talking about a beauty pageant.
Yes.
You know, and today, I mean, what do you think about the pageants as it stands today? The
think
ladies that are coming up.
come quite a long way.
Yeah.
In our own time, you just needed to wear the traditional costume, an English costume. But now, you know, there's so many aspects to it, and it's become more and more interesting. Like the one we had about 2 weeks ago, which, you know, showed girls, you know, showcasing their talents, playing the guitar, drums,
Yeah, various
and piano
showcase.
and showcase. Yes, quite a lot of interesting things happened, you know, that night, and I have been emceeing so many Miss Nigeria competitions for Daily Times of Nigeria for almost 11 years. I was the MC, doing practically what you're doing right now, talking to the girls and, the judges, briefing the judges, and, trying to promote,
Yeah,
the
of
image of the
course.
Nigerian girl and the beauty that
Yeah.
is innate in us and the ones that you can see, outside without, too much effort. And then for the most beautiful girl in Nigeria, for Silverbird Productions,
Yes.
I worked on that for about 5 years. So
Can
it's
you
like
let them know? Can you let the audience know the name is
Silverbirds Production.
Silverbirds Production.
There is a television channel in Nigeria called Silverbirds.
And is that in
Silverbirds
Lagos?
in Lagos TV,
yeah?
yes. And Daily Times of Nigeria is still waxing strong,
Yes.
although it went underground for a while, but I
Yeah.
believe that they will start, getting
Picking up the momentum
picking up-
again.
Yes,
Fantastic.
I'm sure they will start doing that because they were about to do it, to celebrate 50 years of Miss Nigeria about 3-4 years ago, but then they had some hiccups and still hanging there in the balance. I'm working very closely with them because they also want to pick, some ideas from all the experiences that one had gathered over the years.
Yes. And it seems to have flourished because obviously, I mean, it's not too long ago. I've been at quite a few pageants now.
Of course.
So-
And Nigeria has been doing quite well.
Yes.
Actually, we won Miss World, didn't we now?
Yes.
And that was the girl that was sent in by Silverbirds Production from the most beautiful girl in
So
Nigeria.
it has made quite an impact.
We have indeed.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So, just to finish up, thank you so much for spending the time with Heart Culture today. We hope you enjoy the evening what's ahead.
Of course. And I think you're, flying the flag on Heart Culture, which is really beautiful indeed. And
Thank you.
I think you're brilliant in both your outfit and your presentation as well.
Thank you. Okay, so all
Well
the best.
done. Thank you.